And we're yet to come up with an introductory jingle.
Yeah, I mean, I think throwing tomatoes, that the sound of throwing tomatoes.
I'm going to actually work on something legit because...
Yeah, after Ramsey, innit?
Yeah, bro. Because listen, I was listening to Arscast. And Arscast is the Arsenal podcast.
Oh.
And, bro, their introduction is really, really catchy. Like, when I listen to it, I'm just like, oh, my God, I know I'm listening to the Arscast. So...
What does it sound like?
It's, I don't know, it's got like a really weird, it sounds like a really, like, 70s, 80s kind of, like, movie introduction.
Oh, okay.
Like, imagine Starsky and Hutch.
I don't know what that is.
It's like imagine like an American, like, crime film.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't know, it's weird. Anyway.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
Yeah, so that's how I wanted to start I feel really, I don't know. Usually when I start the podcast, I'm like,
welcome to the...
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm always like, but today I'm just I'm a little bit like, I don't really want to do that. Maybe I want to do something. Oh my God, I know what we can do. We can get Ihan to introduce the podcast. Here you go.
That's not a good idea at all.
Why not?
I just want to explain to everyone like what he's doing.
Not?
He's like playing with his arms and like putting it outside the window.
Hi everyone. This is the Tomato Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Tomato Podcast episode.
F to the... I was going to say 40.
Oh, you're going to say F to the what? F to the 40? F to the 40?
No, I was going to say F to the O.
That didn't bang at all. That we failed. We failed on such a crucial episode. We're on 40. Episode 40.
Yes.
My God.
I mean...
Do you know what that means?
Yes. 10 more episodes till 50.
Oh, my God. I'm gassed. I'm fully gassed. I'm gassed. For episode 50, we're going to have to do something special. So, guys, brainstorm. Let's think about it. Let's come up with something.
We're going to have our intro then.
You know what we should do, bruv? We should do a live podcast at, like, a local park or something.
Yeah.
And, no, big one says we should. What we should do, we should pick out a nice sort of busy, buzzy sort of park. Because think about it. Summertime, park's going to be busy, right? We pick a spot, we get a bench or something, sit down. Because what's the difference between sitting in a car and a bench? No difference at all. So go to a bench and then we spam everyone on social media, let them know, guys, we'll be live at this location. People won't turn up, but who cares? Because people will be at the park.
Okay.
Right? And then people will see us doing our podcast. Like, oh, what are you not doing? And then we can have a sign saying, do not disturb podcast in recording process.
Okay.
Bruv. Episode 50. You get me?
Ian, why'd you say no?
Would it make sense when all the kids are running around?
No. We're not talking about parks, my guy. We're talking about parks.
What does that mean?
Like, Hyde Park,
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Hyde Park's probably the baitest park, so I think it might have to be there. What do you think?
I mean, if we go to Hyde Park,
yeah,
we'll definitely have a lot of teenagers.
Yeah, maybe too much commotion, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we need to go. Do you know what? I like,
go on.
Like, these TV presenters that, not TV presenters, but like these shows that go to like Trafalgar Square, like Stratford.
Okay. That's not a bad shout. Victoria Park.
Yeah.
Not too shabby.
I've never been to Victoria Park. Is it part of St. James Park?
No. It's like near Stratford.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
Other ends.
Okay, we can go there.
Yeah.
As long as you pick me up.
Yeah, bro. Calm. We'll go for a road trip.
Richmond Park.
Richmond Park is okay, but Richmond Park is more for families. Whenever I go Richmond Park, there's always like just a classic nuclear family, parents, 3 kids.
But we are a family too.
Yeah, we are, but we're sort of more on the like left wing of things. I think we're a little bit more.
No, it's just been created that way, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't.
We can have a little.
Yeah, I mean that's another discussion for another day because.
Oh my God!
Picnic.
But having said that, eating and recording at the same time, not great mix because sound quality is wavy, and they can hear everything, including my luscious voice. Luscious? Is that even a word?
I hope it is. Okay,
Anyways.
boom.
Right, guys, we are back. Thank you very much for joining us on this glorious day. I don't know what kind of day you're having at the minute, but today, I can tell you now, it is one of the most beautiful days of the year. Summer has officially arrived. It's at 26 degrees right now. The sun is shining. There's a guy in a yellow polo t-shirt, riding his bike in his beige. Is that beige? No, it's not. It's like a.
Yellow.
Is it yellow?
Yeah.
In his yellow
Light
shorts
yellow.
and a navy blue baseball cap. He's now gone past us, but you get the drift. The idea is today is a beautiful day, and we are in a great mood. We are parked outside a university in London, in central London, and I don't think I want to disclose this location because if I'm being honest with you, who fucking cares? SOAS University. There you go.
I mean, why wouldn't it be a problem?
Yeah,
to
I know. I
disclose?
hate when people do that. When people like, I'm not gonna disclose my location because come on, bro.
You're
like,
not that important.
unless you've got like 50k plus followers, why would you care?
It's like that guy that I think is Lowski when he said I can't go to Tesco no more.
Tesco.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he must go to some ghetto Tesco. Because I guarantee if you go to Tesco in Highbury or in Angel or in Islington, nah fam, the chances of you being, the security guard might follow you around.
No, I'm not, I don't think he means it in that sense. He's saying it's in his bait now.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. If you go to somewhere like Highbury, Islington or Angel, no one's going to know you, bro.
Highbury Islington has, a few young...
Yeah, here and there. Now he lives there, so he can tell us more about it.
Oh, is it?
It's a very, very safe area.
Exactly. That's my point.
Highbury Islington? It's been gentrified, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Well, I would like to believe so that my area is very clean. It's very safe. You can leave your house in the middle of the night just for a little stroll around.
Can
And
I just say something? I'm sorry, but why is it that they've been working on that roundabout for years now?
I have been on. I don't know. And
that roundabout, fam. They're making progress. Can I just say they are making progress?
it's not even worse.
Yeah, they've been working on it for
does
years.
It feels a bit weird. We're talking about Highbury and Islington roundabout, guys, specifically. Basically, that roundabout is now being turned into roads.
Yeah.
It's roundabout's been removed.
It's not roundabout anymore.
Yeah, it's not roundabout.
Okay.
Because there's roads going straight up and then left. It's all a bit
Is
weird.
they gonna have a traffic lights then?
Yeah, it's weird. Like last time when I was driving through there, basically when you go through a roundabout, you always go through the left, right?
Mm.
But then the traffic light direction was telling me to go straight, which is the opposite way that you would go on a roundabout.
Where were you going?
weird. I was going towards Holloway Road.
Okay, so you need to stay in the right hand lane.
Yeah, so effectively the roundabout, you would turn left and go all the way around, but the light was telling me to go straight.
It's a weird one.
Anyways, we've got a lot to get through today. First of all, let's start off by, bruv, we didn't even introduce ourselves. Hello, my name is Farhan, in case you haven't ever listened to me before. I'm with my amazing co-hosts. Sorry, I'm not going to give you guys like a 5-star introduction because, fam, we have a lot to get through. Huh?
He's feeling like trash today.
I am feeling like trash. I didn't have a shower this morning.
And you couldn't sleep.
I stayed over at Nahi's house. Let's talk about my first sleepover.
Oh,
I'm 23 years old and I had my first sleepover.
What, does he not have a shower?
Huh? He does, but I didn't have like clean towels or anything. I didn't really prepare well.
Yeah, so?
Yeah, it's calm.
What do you mean?
But personally, I don't really feel comfortable having a shower anywhere else unless it's at the gym or at my house.
What?
Or at a hotel room.
Hold on a minute. You
Just
two have been best friends. You said sticks and stones, innit?
Yeah, bro.
So what do
like
you
primary school
mean?
days.
Like,
we actually did that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sticks there
so,
specifically.
yeah, I know. You guys said it last week. So you having a shower at his house is not a situation.
Yeah.
No, it's not. I could, if I wanted to, but I just don't feel like. Do you know what I mean?
It doesn't matter. You just put your same
Like,
clothes
I
on.
couldn't sleep in his bed. Like he told me sleep in his, not together obviously, but it was like he was sleeping in his parents' bed, and then he told me to sleep in his. I was like, nah, I'll crash on the sofa
Why
because
would you
I
do
wouldn't
that?
feel comfortable sleeping in his bed.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he changed his bed sheets beforehand.
No, he doesn't.
Last time I did it was like 3 years ago.
What?
Excuse me. You're joking, right?
No.
Oh my God.
I'm joking, obviously. It's my mum who deals with that.
Sweet as.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't lie, mum.
My mummy
Yeah.
deals with that.
My mum
My
does
mum
that as
deals
well.
with everything in the house, not me. Not
What
my
do you
dad.
mean? You don't clean your own beds?
I work.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
That's the funniest thing I've heard all day.
Listen.
Wait a minute.
Alright, ask
Okay,
me
go
the
on.
questions that's floating through your mind.
So you're saying you don't need to change your bed sheets because you work?
Look, it's more different than what it sounds like. All right, look, it should
Why?
be like this. It should be like this. I don't change my bed sheets, or I don't really do the cleaning in the house because I work, and my mum doesn't because she's at home. She's working at home, whereas I'm working outside. So, cooperation, contribution.
But that don't matter. That's your bed. That's your bed.
I'm already tired.
Wait, hold up a minute. No, I just think that's
Sexist.
no. I just think no. Even if your mum's not working, it doesn't mean like she needs to change your bed sheet.
No, but she just does it.
Because she knows you're not gonna do it.
Yeah, basically. But I'm not telling her to, so
Wow.
I'm gonna have to now because obviously, like, she's gone now, so I'm gonna have to.
Wow.
It's gonna be the more
I'm
like
shocked.
this 3 months is gonna be like one of the hardest times because I've stayed home alone before for 3 months. But no, not home alone. I was with my sister, and my brother-in-law, but this time I'm gonna be alone, completely alone for 3
I'm
months.
absolutely shocked.
Why? I'm not even gonna wash the dishes. I'm just gonna leave it there
What?
after 3 months when my mum comes back. So
What?
All right.
And what did you do whilst
What?
you was at his house?
Oh, we're just chilling. We're just
And you're like, yeah, let the dishes pile
no.
up.
We didn't even eat anything. We just drank.
yeah, we just drank alcohol.
No, not alcohol, bro. Can I just give a
Wait,
massive shout out?
hold on.
What?
So what did you guys eat for iftar then?
I came after iftar.
Oh, okay.
I just want to give a massive shout out to Fanta for creating Fanta Pineapple. It's probably the best drink I've ever drank. Ever.
So can I ask you a question as
Go
well?
on,
So you
ask
don't
me.
change your bed sheets too?
No comment. No comment.
And they spun at each other. You guys are trash.
Listen. Let me.
No, you're
But
actually.
do you know what? Yeah, you're calling us trash here, but I guarantee you, like 50% of guys,
Yeah.
more than 50% of guys, don't do it.
Why
No one
not?
Bruv, no one does it. 100%.
Why not?
Because if you're living with your family,
Yeah.
like your parents,
Yeah.
and you have siblings and that, I don't know what it is, but it's like because you've grown up in that sort of environment where your mum has always done it. Unless something changes, she's always going to continue to do it. Unless you get married, and then you have to do it because you're married. Do you know what I mean?
Do you think
it's weird.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Go
Do you
on,
think
ask
that's the same with females?
What do you mean in
As
terms
in,
of
like, do
no
you think
no no?
females change their own bed
I
sheets?
think females
It's assigned roles.
no there's not. I wouldn't say it's assigned roles. I think personally
You
females
just
are
assigned
more.
your mum a whole role.
No.
What are you talking about?
No, bruv. Come on.
No,
she does it. She does it though.
What do you
But she does
mean?
it.
But
It's
you
not like
already
she
assigned-
complains about it. She never says that.
She's
why
not
don't
gonna
you clean the
complain
sheets?"
because
Huh?
you're her child, isn't it?
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah.
I'm sure she does complain.
No, she doesn't.
Ah, but how I cleaned your room 2 days ago? Why is it looking like this?
But there's levels. Like it's like
Mm.
it's like washing clothes and bed sheets are probably
So
the
you don't wash your own clothes?
I don't.
bruv, no.
At your big age, your mum washes your boxes.
Look, I'm honest on everything. Yeah. At home,
I'm
look, I wake up. Yeah. Look, hold up. I wake up at 7 and I leave work. Right.
Right?
Look, I don't do anything at home. I just sleep and eat.
Bed and breakfast.
Nah.
Hotel. Okay.
I don't really have the time to have breakfast.
Oh,
I just
mad.
work and then have dinner at home.
Mad.
Listen,
I'm not gonna.
Don't
at
listen
you
to that
guys.
here. He's giving us a bad reputation here.
What do you mean?
I do my bits in it. Like
What?
no, big man says I do. I do my
what
bit.
do
I
you
do
do?
my bit. I do the dishes.
Yeah,
You
when?
get me?
How often?
As often as I can.
Okay,
So
so
if my mum's in the kitchen, yeah, and she's doing something, I'll always ask her, "Do you need help?"
I don't.
But
we just do it anyways.
no, I'm just saying if she's cooking or something, she's like, "Do you need help with anything?" She's like, "No, alright, cool." If we've eaten and there's dishes there, I'll clean it up. Do you know what I mean? I used to because obviously when I was living in my old house, I used to do the hoovering every now and again. Whenever I could, yeah.
So basically once a week, once every 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'd say once every 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then mum's like, "Oh, thank you," innit?
Yeah,
After.
yeah. Like
Because you don't do it often.
I'm not incompetent. I know I can do it. Like I can do it.
But
but-
you choose not to.
I'm spoilt because it's been
Facts.
done for me. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine.
But I think females choose to do their own things because they're just a little bit more conscious about like cleanliness and stuff like that. Do you know what I
No,
mean?
It's not that.
Go on, tell me.
It's because
Go on.
parents assign
Yeah.
their children with roles based on their gender sometimes.
Really?
Absolutely.
I think you might be onto something.
It's true.
Yeah, I think you're right. Especially when it comes to parents, well, our parents who are from like third world countries and who have different sets of norms and values.
No, not necessarily. I think white families do that as well. Sometimes.
Really?
100%. Where they'll be like, no, he's just a teenager. No, no, David. No, David, clean a room. Be like, no, Mum, you do it. You know? And then they do. The mum ends up doing it.
Yeah.
Because she
It depends.
loves her
No,
son.
but it depends, though. Innit? It depends on
No,
what
it
type
does.
of family it is. If it's a nuclear family where traditionally the male is the breadwinner and the female is stay-at-home mum, because nowadays it's rare to find that kind of thing.
I mean, what is a nuclear family anyways, to be
A
honest?
nuclear
It's just a
family
way
is the
to just-
traditional household with 2 parents, a few kids. Everyone has their
Is
own.
that really traditional? Or is
specific
that
roles.
about just about white?
It is traditional, man, because back in the 60s, 70s, that's what, you know.
But I
was
mean,
expected
okay,
to
come
be.
from, you're obviously from Bangladesh.
Yeah.
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 You'd have your mom, your dad,
Mm,
your wife,
mm.
your siblings, and any other extended family members, if possible, if the house can fit
Nah,
in.
nah, nah. That's too many people, fam.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general.
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, yeah.
And then obviously your wife
Yeah.
and the females would be expected to cook and clean.
Nah. When I get married, I would like to.
No, I'm saying this is the tradition.
This
right?
is the. I would say yes. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
exactly.
Generally speaking, yes. But
So it's not a nuclear family.
no. But I
It's
think
just the way
I think
things are.
nowadays it's
Mm.
becoming a thing where a lot of married couples who are getting married now are sharing their roles a lot more than it used to be. Like me, I want to make sure that I'm doing my portion of the cooking as well. 'Cause generally, I enjoy cooking.
Okay. Do you cook at home?
No.
Okay.
Because everything's been. But having said that, I do cook regularly because I have to.
Okay.
But that's why I enjoy cooking.
Okay.
Mm.
Because you do it very rarely.
But if I'm cooking with someone, say my wife,
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it a lot more because there's that little. It's like a bonding session, innit?
But sometimes she's not gonna be there.
Man, that's calm. I'll get my mum to do it.
Ah! Ha!
No, but how can you not though?
Ha.
Because your mum's cooking is a separate type of cooking, innit? I want to take advantage of it as long as she's alive, innit? Because I will never
Advantage.
experience that sort of taste ever. Do you know what I mean? Even my wife, she will not be able to cook like my mum. I'm sorry. No, but I'm sorry. It's true. It's like you'll never be able to get the sweetness from your mum's cooking anywhere else in the world.
My wife can cook like my mum.
Sorry?
My wife can cook like my mum.
Okay, who's your wife?
I can expect someone. I don't know. No comment.
You're right, fam. You're bare confused.
I'm just looking into the distance right now and just leave me alone.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Alright.
Listen, we're
Well.
17 minutes in. Let's get cracking.
Okay.
We've got a range of different things to talk about. Let me give you guys a lowdown of what we're going to be talking about today. There's quite a wide range. We're going to try and get through as much as possible within the next sort of 40 minutes. And we can't get through everything, and we can't, it is what it is. But European election results is what we're going to start with. Then we're going to move on to Yemen because we saved this. Oh my God, this is our last Ramadan special. Wow. We'll talk about Yemen, and then we're going to move on to the mass stabbing in Tokyo. We're going to touch on the Virginia beach shooting. Virgin, oh God, it looked like Virgin Media on my phone. Virginia beach shooting. We're then going to discuss John Cleese's comments about London not being an English city anymore. We're going to
Steve.
discuss Arsenal versus Chelsea in Europa League final. Obviously, as an Arsenal fan, absolutely distraught.
Wah, wah, wah.
Champions League finals yesterday. AJ losing his title earlier this morning. My country playing cricket in the Cricket World Cup today, right now. It has been
Against
a
who?
crazy week for South Africa.
Ooh.
It's been a crazy week for sport, man.
Ah.
Is Robert Pattinson the right choice to be Batman? I don't know. We'll be discussing this to find
Who?
out. Robert Pattinson.
Oh,
Robert
okay.
Pattinson.
The one that you thought you saw the other day. That's
Who,
what
me?
you said in the group chat.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. Did I?
Yeah, you did. You was like, oh, is that not him?
I
He
don't
sent
know.
us a picture. And he was like,
I ignore half of the things that he says in the group chat.
wow.
We made a new group chat, guys. It's called the Tomato Podcast group chat, and there's 3 people, which is the 3 guests, co-hosts. Guests? Not guests. Ramadan, week 4. How have our experiences been? And, what we learnt from our, experiences. And then we're going to talk about our traditional Eid. What do we do on Eid? Because everyone does the same thing. Year and year over. Year. What am I trying to say?
Ready for the reef away. Year in, year out.
Year in, year out. There you go.
Okay.
Um,
We'll
and
go
then
there eventually.
yeah, I watched Ma yesterday, and I'd like to talk about it.
No,
So-
wait. I'm
what?
gonna go watch it on Eid.
all right, let me not talk about it.
Okay.
It's good though.
Is it?
It's weird. It's like Get Out.
Yeah, it is. It was produced by
Oh,
the
swear.
same people.
Oh,
as
no
Get
wonder.
Out.
It felt like it. Anyway, right. Let's talk about the European election results. Did you guys like catch the European election results?
I didn't really
I voted.
understand it.
Did you vote?
Yeah, of course I
Who
voted.
did you vote? Lib Dem. I know you did, didn't it?
No, I voted
Don't
for
gas.
I voted for Green Party.
Fam, only you, man.
I'm joking, man. I voted for Labour, obviously.
Swear down.
Yeah, because they're likely to, not necessarily they're likely to win,
Yeah.
but it's like it's the safest option, isn't it?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't really fuck with Live Dem before, so I'm not gonna really,
Yeah, I know what you
fuck
mean.
with them now.
I don't understand
So-
people who are moving from their party to go to Lib Dem. Like Lib Dems are gonna make anything better for you. Let's be honest. They were in power at one time. They
When,
didn't do
though?
anything.
I don't remember.
They just stood on the side, fam. They literally just stood on. Like Nick Clegg was David Cameron's right hand man. Nick Clegg,
Yeah.
by the way, is was the Lib Dem leader.
Mm.
Is now one of like the executives at Facebook. He works at Facebook.
Cheats.
Works at Facebook now. Now who do you vote for?
I disclosed.
My God,
What?
really? I'll tell you who I vote for. No one. I didn't vote. And everyone's going to think like, wow, why didn't you vote? Like, my brother was telling me, like, why didn't you vote? You could have just, that has an impact on your credit score. Number one,
Well, that's the reason why I voted, to be honest.
I don't see any reason. First of all, I couldn't be bothered to go to the polling station to vote because there's no one to vote for. Number two, I find these elections just, like, so unnecessary. Because if we're leaving the EU in the next few months, the MEPs that you guys have elected are gonna all leave with a massive pay package. And I know what people are gonna say. Oh yeah, but the election is still gonna happen regardless, so you might as well just vote for someone. Like, no, come on, man. Maybe I should have voted, but I wasn't bothered because did not seem significant.
I
to
think if you have the ability to actually vote,
Mm.
then you should definitely vote.
me.
I mean, obviously it's a choice, and no one can take that away from you.
Mm.
And obviously, politics is always going to be, to somewhat degree, fixed or whatever. But it always does have an impact, whether you like it or not. And the fact that I voted for Labour, I mean, we all know that there's certain aspects of the Labour Party team that is bullshit anyways. But it's better than Tories being in power or whatever it is. I'd rather take the Labour Party than, I can't be screaming about, oh, I hate this government and I hate the Conservatives that have it, but not voting for anyone. It just beats.
Yeah, it's a
all
beast.
my-
Yeah.
It's
'cause
like,
then
what am I even
why are you
fighting
complaining?
for?
Yeah,
if you're
you
not
haven't
going to
voted,
actually,
then-
if you have the opportunity to vote, there's certain people that are living in this country that can't vote, But then again, the reason why I voted mainly is because I'm so fucking lazy.
Go on.
Basically, I get the votes.
Ballot.
Sent to my house.
Postal ballot.
Yeah.
All right.
So, yeah, me and my mum, that's what we do. I mean, I'm trying to change it for my whole family. So
I usually get that as well, but obviously since I moved houses, I wasn't able to get
It's
any.
just easier.
Yeah, much easier.
I mean, yeah. So that's why I voted, to be honest.
What did you think of the results?
I didn't really understand it.
So basically, there's a new party called the Brexit Party,
Yeah.
and the Brexit Party were formed 6 weeks before the election,
Yeah, of course.
and they won the majority of votes.
But I
so-
don't know how.
Because people voted for them.
Yeah, because you didn't vote.
No, not
Yeah,
not because I didn't
people
vote.
like you didn't vote.
No, it's not that. Do you know what it is?
Mm.
People are so frustrated with the outcome of Brexit
Mm.
that this was like a sort of boycott vote. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It was a
because
bit
they just
like
wanted
it was a
to
bit
make
like,
sure-
all right, fine. You lot didn't give us what we wanted. Cool. We're now gonna go and mess everything up for you, by voting for the Brexit. And people actually genuinely think that by voting for the Brexit Party, they're doing a good job. They're doing something good, and they're doing something which is going to help them with their
I mean,
cause.
at least they voted, didn't it? So,
Hmm?
no pun intended or whatever. But, at least they voted
Mm,
for something that they're passionate about.
Brexit Party won, and then the Lib Dems came second. Labour came third. Conservatives, I think, were one of the worst who performed.
Yeah. But Lib Dem, like, their volunteers were putting in work.
Yeah,
They
hella
were
work.
everywhere.
I saw bare banners, man, in London.
They were everywhere.
Bare banners, like bare propaganda online as well. Lots of online advertisements. They pushed out a lot of money for that
Yeah, they
campaign, and they did quite well, to be honest. But what I'm interested in the most, bloody hell, some people are. What I'm more interested in is the general election, and I think the general election is going to be around the corner. It will be happening very, very soon, and the general election will be interesting because both Labour and the Conservative Party are not at the front seat. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be leading shit because nobody wants to vote for them. So who do you put your money towards?
Just Labour, to be honest.
I think there will be a coalition. I think the Lib Dems will be in coalition with a few other minority parties.
Who? Brexit party.
I don't know. I don't
are
know if
they
the
an
Brexit
actual
party. They're an actual
party?
party. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they were on the list.
I don't know if the Brexit party will gain much traction from the actual elections because it's the European elections. It links very closely to their agenda and what they're trying to push.
I see.
But yeah, are you guys excited for politics in the UK?
I just want to live an easy life, and I just want, people that are working class to be taken care of as well. And I definitely want, for example, students to be taken care of. Are you alright there?
Sorry, yeah. I keep hearing this really like a fan sound, and I realize it's my laptop. Yeah. And I could hear it on the podcast last week, and it just wasn't nice.
What?
So I apologize. My laptop making that noise with the fan. I do need to invest in a new laptop.
It's okay.
I can confirm that I'll be moving countries in the next 5-10 years. Definitely.
Where do you think you'll be moving to?
I'm going to be moving somewhere in the east. Maybe I was thinking very, very high likely chance to move to Malaysia. Why
Malaysia? Have you been there before?
I haven't been there before, but I know it's a lovely country. And first of all, I know, actually, you know what it is? It's one of the most sought out places to live in when it comes to sort of that southeast Asia. Malaysia's lovely, bro. Malaysia's sick.
What about Thailand?
Nah, long.
Nah.
What about Singapore?
Singapore, nah, long. Singapore's too
it's expensive though.
It's too industrial, not industrial. It's too commercial, man. It's too commercialized. Furthermore, yeah. But with Malaysia, it's like the majority of the citizens are Muslim, so I won't be discriminated against.
Wait. What? You're acting as if discrimination doesn't happen.
No, but it'll be less. I won't feel like an outsider.
No, that's not true.
It is.
I mean, obviously.
And Malaysians are lovely people, generally speaking.
I mean, you being Muslim and another person being Muslim is all great and all, but the discrimination you may face as a foreigner tends to sometimes override you being a Muslim. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're a foreigner, you're a foreigner today. It's like
but
it's like me going to Somalia. You think I don't get finesse? Because I've just come from, the West.
But actually, you're right. To some extent, you're right. But it depends on also what the sort of character of the general population is. And I feel like my experiences with coming into contact with Malaysians, they're just such nice people.
But it's different.
They're so welcoming and warm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as, the UK is when you first come, you're like, oh, Londoners are so open-minded. They're so cool. They do whatever they like on trains and la. And then, there's people in the streets and they're just drinking and they're kiki and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But it's like, what's within the actual, surface. Not the surface level, but, if you look underneath all those layers, it's like what has been embedded in society. What's the history, yada yada, and all these things. It's like, do they even like Bangladeshis?
I don't know, but I know Bangladesh is very close to Malaysia.
Yeah, so it's like, what is the actual relations?
I don't know.
Because when I went to Sri Lanka and I was like, yeah, I'm from Somalia, they were like, oh, Al-Shabaab.
Oh,
and I'm like, what?
That's mad.
And they're like, oh, yeah, And no, sorry, when I went to India.
Oh,
they
India.
were like Al-Shabaab. I'm like,
yeah, but Indians
hold up a minute. And even when I went to
still.
Kerala.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say that.
What? Sorry.
I just said Indians aside, man. I think the country itself is just a bit of a like.
I think it's such a nice country.
Well.
To be honest, I think there's a lot of
I don't know.
culture.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, the country has faced all sorts of shit throughout the years, and they're just trying to figure it out still.
Okay.
But yeah, moving on to the next topic.
Yeah, alright, cool. So we'll talk about Yemen now. Obviously it's the last week of Ramadan, so we want to end it with talking about some important worldly matters when it comes to, you know, specifically the Muslim community. And one of the sort of tragedies or incidents or major calamities that is being sort of brushed under the carpet a little bit is this forgotten incident, war in Yemen. So what is happening? Because, you know, a lot of people they all hear about it, but it's not really, do you know what I mean? They're not really understanding why it's happening and also what is happening. We see pictures, we see videos, we hear people talking about it. We don't actually know what's happening. So let's give you guys a little bit of a history lesson, shall we? I'll keep this very, very brief. So after the Arab Spring, which Yemen was part of, the new government was led by a man named Abdul Rabbah Mansour Hadi.
You said that very well.
Thank you very much.
Hey, look back at me as well.
Yeah, I was looking for validation. So he was put in control, but he failed to stabilize the country after the Arab Spring, and that's the majority of Arab countries in the Middle East, because obviously they're not used to that sort of, you know, leadership. So when
But what is the Arab Spring in particular?
So Arab Spring in particular was basically countries calling for revolution from dictatorship in order to sort of run their own affairs. Go on.
I don't want to talk.
You don't want to say anything?
No, I don't want to say anything.
Why?
It's annoying.
What's annoying? What?
He said he doesn't
Bro.
want to talk about it. It's fine.
Bro, it's a historical fact. It's like it's history, bro. It happened.
Yeah, I know.
So why is it so bad to talk about it?
It's annoying, innit?
Turkey weren't involved though. Are you trying to say Turkey caused it?
No.
You did, didn't it? You man caused it. You man always put your fingers in something. When it comes to the Middle East, yeah, Turkey is the one that Turkey is Britain in the Middle East, and Britain is Britain around the world.
I hear what you're saying, but continue.
Anyways, so right, so after the Arab Spring, the country was obviously messed up by this guy. Massive unemployment, food shortages, suicide bombings, and there was a massive separatism movement in the south. So this all triggered a war between a group called the Houthis in the south, who are Shia rebel group, and they were supported by the previous leader. So before the Arab Spring, before this revolution took place, they had a Shia rebel leader.
What's the Shia? I mean, I'm just doing this for the
Go on.
purpose of the listeners.
Go on.
What is a Shia person?
A Shiite is follows a fundamental
So it's just a different type of Muslim.
yes, different type of Muslim.
It's a
It's
different
someone
following.
who follows Islam differently, but it clashes with Sunni Islam, because basically those two are the majority sort of groups,
yeah.
sects in Islam, and they both believe in contrasting sort of things
Yeah.
which clash. So anyway, so the Shia rebel leader, who was previously in power, obviously had everything under control when it came to the Shia community in the south. But now that another guy came in control, everything sort of messed up a little bit. So basically this friction between the Yemens in the north and the south exploded. So in 2014, the Houthi forces in the south took over Yemen's capital, Sana'a. I think that's how you say it. In 2015, they tried to take over the entire country, which basically forced this new leader, Hadi, to flee into Saudi Arabia. Now, the Saudis, who are known to be, you know, arguably the biggest terrorists in the Middle East, got their noses involved and basically supported Hadi, and took immediate action against the Houthis, who had basically taken over the country. So the Saudis accuse Iran of backing these rebels, but obviously the Iranians deny any involvement. So the Saudis then start a military alliance with other Muslim nations, and they enter Yemen. So this results in tens of thousands of deaths, forcing 3 million people to flee their homes. The Saudis, the aim of this intervention is to get Hadi's government back in control, reinstate that government. But they have failed to do that, and the consequences are what we see today. So this opened the doors to terrorist organizations such as Al Qaeda, ISIL, destructions of infrastructure, lack of food. I think the biggest consequence of this war is the lack of food, because the bombings have basically destroyed the infrastructure needed to distribute food and also to import food into the country. And I was watching this really cool sort of Channel 4 documentary segment of it all, and it was just, heartbreaking. 17 million Yemenis face famine. 2/3 of Yemenis don't have access to clean water, and streets are littered with garbage. There's no control. There's chaos everywhere. And it's even more scary to think that nearly half of Yemen is under 18 years old. So when we're looking at, things like malnutrition, lack of food supplies, it's going to hit the younger population more. And consequently, babies are going to die because they don't have the right nutritions. For example, if mothers can't breastfeed their children because they haven't got any food in their system, the babies aren't going to have anything to eat, and that obviously has a detrimental effect and results in lots of babies dying.
Yeah,
which is what we're seeing. So I don't know if you guys wanted to touch on anything when it comes to this. I just feel like it's unfortunate that when I would personally put this at the very top when it comes to humanitarian
crisis.
crises,
100%.
and it's just really quite frustrating that we don't seem that concerned.
I mean, you can see a lot of NGOs and like a lot of charities that are doing a lot of work for Yemen, and like a lot of appeals do include Yemen, Syria, and I would say Yemen and Syria is one of the most common kind of like appeals that a lot of charities have. But it's like, it shouldn't be the NGOs and the role of like, these charities to be supplying food and so on, or even the responsibility of the UN. It's responsibility of humanity overall to have these conversations and to put these things and policies and these preventions in place where people are not suffering like that. And it's like, as much as we don't really have much to say about politics, whatever, and we know this is happening. I mean, to be honest, I always at myself as a person, I'm like, okay, what are you actually doing on a day-to-day basis to even do what you can? It's like, we can march about, Me Too and whatever, and we can march about, let's say, Brexit and all these, Donald Trump coming to the UK, but when it comes to like Yemen and so on, it's not really spoken about at all. It's a bit like the same with Grenfell Tower. It's like, when it comes to people that are marginalised and that are brown skin or wherever they're from, especially in the third world country, it's just the conversation quietens and it becomes whispers, and because politics is involved, it's like politics always overrides humanity anyways. And I think that's why our beloved friend here doesn't really like talking about a lot of things, because
no, Ihan's a special case, man. Ihan just doesn't want to get involved in politics because he's fearful of his life.
No, not necessarily fearful for his life, but it's like, politics is complicated, and it's like, there's always, again, I always say this, it's like another world, underground world, where you can't really touch into, and it's like, what you've just explained to us is definitely facts and whatever, but these are facts that are this data has been collected by media tabloids or whatever it is, or NGOs or whatever. It's like, is the correct data even being collected? That's what it makes me question.
Right.
I mean, I would love to speak to someone that is actually from Yemen.
Yeah.
And hear what they have to say. Someone
Right.
that's actually migrated and come to the UK and has left because of the war or whatever, and see what they know and like how they've been affected.
Sure.
Because a lot of people ask me questions about Somalia and whatnot,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh yeah, but there's always bombings and whatever. But I'm like, yeah, there is still a functioning society. As much as we argue about it not being the same or as safe as the West, I'm sorry, but Somalia is still moving on. People are still living their lives.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
all
really
from
bad
me.
misconceptions, I guess. And you make
Yeah.
a good point when you were talking about Somalia and even like places like Bangladesh or even places like Iraq,
It's a function society.
Syria, Palestine.
Not everyone can
Bruv.
leave.
Yeah, I mean, obviously things happen every now and again, but people are. I mean, if it was really that bad, the place would be inhabited.
It's not even that. It's like a lot of people that I know that have lived in Somalia their whole life. They're like, I'd rather die in my country and be buried in my country than go into the West
Yeah.
and I die slowly there. And when they say that, they mean in the sense where it's like they don't know the culture. What 50-year-old wants to now learn, like unlearn all their behaviors and adapt to a new culture. I mean, if you have to do it to survive, yeah, you do it. But there's only so much you can change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
it's like, then the fact that the weather change affects your body and all these things. And then you've never had all these, these injections all these years and vaccinations that you should have had. And then you have to do that, and it's like, you just end up slowly just rotting away. And I think that's what a lot of people kind of avoid. Like a lot of people that have left Somalia and they've come to the UK, they're like, oh, I really thought it was going to be different.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that when they
And
move
it's
from
like,
Bangladesh as well.
It's the same struggle.
Yeah, it's the same, bruv. If anything, it's worse, to be honest. I mean, yes, you have the fifth, richest country in the world, but I mean, that fact doesn't mean anything if you can't.
I mean,
take
it does
advantage
to
of
a
it.
certain extent. We have access to like healthcare and
Even the healthcare here is shit.
yeah, but compared to like obviously
That's true. Yeah.
to like Yemen,
Yeah.
like this is basically heaven.
It is. Yeah.
So
I feel really sad for the people of Yemen, to be honest. And I'd like the war to end now, please. But I don't know.
yeah,
if
they're
that's-
just gonna stop it because you
it's
said it.
probably not
Okay.
gonna happen. Right.
We can go into the next
So
topic.
Virginia, or not even Virginia, sorry. There was a mass stabbing near Tokyo, which caught my attention because thinking Tokyo, Japan, things like that happen over there. It's crazy, and actually things like that don't actually happen over there. So, there was a man who attacked some kids waiting for a bus in a city, in Tokyo. Tokyo is a city, isn't it?
No, it was a park near
Kawasaki.
Kawasaki, yeah,
Kawasaki.
the south of the capital.
Yeah, 18 people injured. 16 of them were schoolgirls. One 11-year-old girl and a 39-year-old man died. The suspect was a 50-year-old man who ended up stabbing himself in the neck. I mean,
Fuck's sake.
bruv, what? This is a first for me. Like, I've never heard of this kind of case before. This is unique.
I mean, I've only heard of stuff like this in like them crime scene shows that come on TV. I've been watching that a lot during Ramadan. I mean, I'm not laughing at but why would he stab
That's what I'm saying. That's so weird.
He's
I
old.
found that happened in Tokyo, man, Japan. It's just because those guys are known to do that.
Really?
If they're soldiers, yeah, or in the time in World War II, if they fail, they just kill
Yeah.
themselves. They commit suicide. But there was
Yeah.
a special name for it. I forgot what it was. They get the katana knives.
Yeah. I heard about that. I learnt about that in history, actually.
Yeah, in World War II, but I don't know now it doesn't, obviously it's forbidden now, but in World War II they used to do that.
Yeah. So when I read this, I was like, right. I mean, Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? Bro, I'm so baffled. Is it you guys having a private joke or something?
Oh,
Is it because he said he doesn't ever happens now?
No.
So what?
He just kissed the mic.
Who? Him? How did I not see that?
I don't know.
Right, so
Oh,
we're all having a
damn.
laughing fit because Nahi kissed the mic. Ha ha ha. Am I the only one here who actually doesn't find that funny?
It was so random.
Come
I
on,
don't
just
even
don't
think
know
he
that.
meant it.
He meant it.
No, I don't even think he meant it.
It's like it just came out the heart. I had to do it. That moment was right. I just had to do it. It was either then or never. So,
We're talking about a man who stabbed himself in the neck.
but there's a mic right in front of me. I had to kiss it.
And we're laughing about Mike being kissed.
Oh,
I feel sorry for
that's bad.
your children.
My children. I'm not gonna have any children.
Why?
That is. Whoa. Can we just like put these
Oh, no,
people
I'm
to
not.
rest?
Oh my god, sorry, I didn't mean to. I just whacked you on the, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to.
Right,
Sorry.
abuse.
Sorry. Alright, so Japan,
Some abusive
Obviously,
relationship.
huh? What you say?
Oh, there's some abusive relationship.
Nah, me and Nahi are like, we're tight, man, we're tight.
Okay.
We're tight.
Mm.
Yeah, so obviously Tokyo experienced some difficulties during the week. But Virginia Beach in America experienced some even more disturbing periods. Guys, we're talking about 12 people being shot to death. Yo. Fuzzy, you alright? Should we move on to something a little bit lighter?
No, go ahead.
Virginia Beach, yeah. I don't know why. I don't really have much to say about this other than the fact that 12 people got killed in a government building by an employee.
What?
An employee. My man was upset, fam. And he shot people.
These white people love doing that in America.
Trust
you know?
me. I'm not surprised anymore. It doesn't surprise me. And it
I
doesn't
mean, I
shock
don't
me
mean
either.
to label them as white.
It's
but
weird, fam. It's like whenever I hear about these things, I just brush it aside. Like I'm only talking about this because if I don't talk about it, then I might be,
Immune.
guilty of not talking about something which I should have talked about.
Oh,
Which I should talk.
okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, why are you talking about a tragedy happening in so and so country when you're not talking about this incident in America? I'll tell you why. Because it happens almost every month. Like, I'm sick and tired of talking about
Did
shit.
he shoot them? Did you say?
Huh?
He shot them all up.
Yeah.
I mean, we already know that the gun lords in that country is just.
Bruv,
I mean, I was watching a documentary yesterday,
Yeah.
right? And there was this guy, and nuclear family and all. I don't know what's this person's trying to do.
Yeah, he's moving mad. Alright.
I mean, look, he's a man.
It's a
Yeah.
she. Oh, no, it's a he.
No, it's a man. See, I'm tired of these assumptions.
What do you mean?
that
bruv?
women
There's no
Are
assumption.
worse
They are. Women.
drivers
It's a
than
fact.
men.
It's
not.
factual.
It's not a fact.
It's genetically proven
What?
that women.
Wow.
I'll take it that far, No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to take it. I'm gonna have to take it that far. I'm gonna have to take it that
Wow,
far.
man said
Do you know why,
genetics,
yeah? Because there is no reason for you to be that careful whilst driving. There's no reason.
Coming from the person that's had a crash before.
It's true.
No.
Nah, that's true still. I'm not the best person to speak
Oh,
about
so-
this sort of matter.
okay.
But
And you know what's sad?
go on.
It had to come from another female.
Yeah,
That's
bro,
what
point proven.
saddens me the most.
Point proven.
And then like, yeah. The guys are like, yeah. yeah, at least a female saying it. Stamp. Like, no.
Bro, it's done, man. I'm telling
It's
you.
even worse.
So you
it's
think
been embedded in people's brains. But anyways, going back to what we said before.
about this
I
Virginia
watched a
Beach shooting?
documentary called Who is America?
Yeah.
It consists of 5 episodes or something like that, and it's the presenter is Sacha Baron Cohen, and it's about America.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that out.
I mean, I watched it, like I was saying earlier, I was
It's not
watching
really
a
a documentary.
documentary. Yeah. So
It's
I was watching this documentary, right, and it was just his neighbor with her family and her husband. They wanted to sell their house, but they couldn't. But anyways, long story moving forward, they were crazy and they had these like mental health problems, and they had a child. And every day, when the neighbor would try and like hang her clothes, she would throw like tomatoes and like human like shit and stuff at the family. So one day they went.
tomatoes,
And human shit.
Yeah.
Human shit.
Yeah. Feces.
Buff.
Yeah, literally.
Why?
And then because they were crazy, and then all the neighbors like knew about them and whatever. Anyways, this family had gone to the police and said, look, this is the situation, like this is what's happening to us, like help. And the police were like, no, you need to have like a solicitor or whatever to represent you and to take this further. Obviously, the family couldn't afford that. Blah blah blah. Moving on, the dad went to go and get a gun because the woman was always trying to fight his wife. And it's one day he bugged out. Yeah, he just shot them up.
Oh.
He got 33 years. Do you think that's fair?
33 years. I think he should have got. I don't know. I don't want to endorse, execution and death row and all that. I just don't believe in that. But when you hear about shit like that, it's just like, all right,
yeah,
cool.
but he was being harassed for 5 years every day.
I don't care, fam. Move houses then.
But some people you can't just up and leave.
Then deal with the situation.
This is a house that they inherited anyways, so they couldn't afford to go and buy another house. They didn't have that opportunity to.
So then talk to your neighbours and sort it out.
But they're crazy.
Alright, call the police.
The police said they can't help you.
Alright, shoot them up. I'm joking. No, I'm joking. But what can you do, man? You
but
just
do you
got to
think
deal
it's
with
fair
it,
that
fam.
he got 33 years?
He should have got life, which is 33
Really?
years, basically.
Wow. I mean, I would say the only misfortunate thing was the fact that their child was left, like, as an orphan. I mean, I'm not saying that they deserve to die, but it's like, every day someone throws shit at you.
Right, man said shit.
Yeah.
If someone throws shit at me, I would deal with them, but not kill them. Like, I would I would probably...
batter them.
I wouldn't shoot them.
You shot them in the leg,
bruv,
and then it was like...
Yeah, I'll smack them up different. I'll get a baseball bat or something, I'll sort them out, I'll break a few bones. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't throw shit at me, bro. Do you know what I mean? Just don't throw shit at me.
We're talking about it as if it's like an everyday issue, like
Yeah.
people throwing shit at each other.
So anyways, moving on.
That's hilarious.
This
Right,
is
moving
what I
on.
watched after iftar.
Huh?
This is what I watched after iftar yesterday.
What did we watch? Go on, tell them.
We watched the first episode of Prison Break, which is sick.
Why?
I'm trying to get Ihan to get into it.
I'm not gonna get into it.
He's not going to get
After
into it?
all these years.
Yeah, I know.
It's a
Mad
bit
late.
too late, don't you
I
think?
haven't even watched Lion King,
You're a joke.
and I won't.
You're a joke.
Alright, bad man.
I
Right.
really will not watch Lion King.
Okay.
All right,
I've
listen.
always grown up watching
We're
Lion
moving
King.
on. We're moving on because we don't have long. Now, John Cleese, this actor, basically said earlier this week that London isn't considered to be an English city anymore. Let's discuss.
He's correct.
Pfizer, kick us off. What do you think about his comments?
He's absolutely right. But England isn't England anyways.
Why not?
Because the majority of the people, their heritage is not even English.
Absolutely right.
So what are you even talking about? Just say you don't like these coloured people that are in your country. Just be honest. Say it with your chest.
I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
be honest. Say,
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that there's bare Muslims everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't like the fact that there's black people everywhere. I
Yeah.
don't like the fact that there's this. Say it.
Yeah, bro.
Just say
Straight
it.
up.
We already know some people agree with you.
Yeah.
Just say it with your chest. But this is just an example
Passive aggressive.
that, no, it's not even about passive aggressiveness. That people like him are given a platform regardless of the fact that they don't have integrity, they don't have respect.
Yeah,
Like,
of course not.
it doesn't. He's a profound actor and whatever,
Yeah.
reporter, whatever he does. And it's like, I'm sure he's always had these views
Yeah.
from a young age. Like, it's not like he woke up one day and said, "Oh, I don't like the fact that England's not like England." Do you know what I mean? He's always been like this, and it's like, it just reminds you that people can
Yeah.
maneuver in this world with disgusting views, and they
Disgusting. I don't know if I'd say
It is
use
disgusting.
disgusting.
How
I
can,
would.
how can you turn around and say England's not England and it's not English anymore? What are you trying to say?
I-
Say your racist comments properly.
No, but do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you. Yeah.
It's disgusting.
I do-
Racism is disgusting.
I don't think it's disgusting.
What?
Let me tell you why, yeah. Because I can totally understand where he's coming from. I totally get his point of view, and I do pity him a little bit because, all he has ever known is England being English, and living amongst English people. So for him to live amongst a diverse range of different people who come from different cultures, who have different norms and values, who all of these different things that when he comes in contact with them, it's like he sees red. There's a red light, like meh, 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 like, you know, keep clear kind of thing, because he feels threatened by the fact that, you know, his country, which was once upon a time somewhere where it was predominantly English white people who lived life in a particular certain way. That's all he knows.
But it's
right?
not like people are living in a different way. They're still living in houses.
No, I know. But it's like it's let's say it's the small things like going to the pub, getting a pint
but he can
after
go,
work.
He can go to a pub.
I missed that a lot.
But
that's what I'm trying to say.
He can do that if he wants.
So, but even other things like
Go
moving
and
out.
open your own pub. You got money.
No. What I'm saying, even other things like moving out of the house at the age of 18 or whatever.
You need to be angry at your government, not the people that are around.
Yeah. So what? I don't know. I think. Look, we're so quick to jump the gun and just say, "Nah, he's disgusting racist." Like, yeah, okay, let's not state the obvious here. Of course, it's it's a disgusting mindset to have.
Are you trying to not be? Are you trying to be level-headed today?
No, not really. I just understand where he's coming from, and I'm totally against people like him because they need to wake up and smell the coffee. We're not living in the 70s anymore. We're in 2019. If you're pissed about that, fair enough.
Okay, so my question is,
yeah.
So what happens when he goes away and he goes abroad and he goes on holiday?
Well, he lives in the Caribbean islands.
Okay. Then my case is over then.
Mm.
My argument is, so what are you doing in the Caribbean island? Because I'm sure you're not supposed to be there. But I'm sure you're not supposed to be there, John.
Yeah. Well, apparently, you know, he lives a better life over there.
Okay.
I know it's contradiction on a different level. Listen, people like him.
He doesn't have to pay tax there.
Yes, that's why. Yeah, because you don't have to pay tax.
So he needs to shut up.
It's people like him,
There's
that
no justification for
fuel this sort of separatism, division, you know, in the UK. I mean, I would agree with him that, you know, London isn't an English city. London is, you could make the argument that London is a completely separate country in itself, because if you
put the borders up, put Labour in power.
Trust me, if you go outside of the M25 and you go to, you know, any cities, you can see the difference straight away. Be it the structural differences, be it the geographical differences, of course geographic differences, but people, you know, culture, it's very, very different. Where I live, which is on the border of the M25, I can tell the difference straight away. I know
Why
I'm
don't
not
you
in
just
London.
move there then? If he wants to see more white faces.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's no reason as to why he would say London's not English anymore. I think
it's ridiculous for him to make that point. It is.
Everyone.
It's very silly. It's a very silly point to make. And, you know, I like the point that you made. Like, if you're trying to be racist, just be openly racist. But he knows that if he's going to be openly racist, then he's going to be shot down.
It's just that passive-aggressive culture, isn't it? It's really embedded in our society.
And it's going to make things worse. And I feel like a lot of people are now slowly getting the confidence to come out and speak out with this kind of stuff.
I mean, not necessarily that. I think it's always been there. It's just in the last, let's say, 10 years, the passive aggressiveness and like the indirect racism has shifted. But now that we've got Brexit and all these campaigns that, like, you know, highlight these racist like views, people are just now deciding to speak, you know, their mind. And yeah, it's always been like that. It's racism has never gone away. It's just shifted in different angles, and now it's coming back into the limelight as to what people really think and how they really are, because he's always been like that, you know, living in the Caribbeans, and having these racist views. Not surprising. It's just neo-colonialism, isn't it?
Yeah, well, yeah, there you go. We're trying to do neo-colonialism.
I mean, it's happening. But anyways,
it's done. It's finished. Look, English culture is non-existent. Just accept it. And if you don't accept it, then you're going to suffer. It's as simple as that.
I mean, English culture will always be English culture because they have gone into so many places of the world and they have literally embedded these ideologies and whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he's upset about because he's in the Caribbeans and he's
but
in a country that speaks English. No, he's in a country that people do speak English. So what is your problem? Like, what are you actually upset about? Your life is not affected.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Forget about him. Let's move on. We've got a few more things to talk about before we end it, and basically we've got 10 minutes to do that.
I've got
So
a lighter to burn your Arsenal scarf.
Say
Do
that
you want
again?
me to do it?
no, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
Listen, Arsenal versus Chelsea, Europa League finals on Wednesday, and I don't really know what's. I mean, I can't really talk about this with you guys, with all due respect, because you don't really know what to say.
I mean, voice your opinion, innit? Because you like
Alright,
your voice
cool.
to be heard than that.
Yes.
Wow, look. Flicks
Wednesday,
hair.
Wednesday morning. Okay, not Wednesday morning. Tuesday evening, I had a dream. That Arsenal were playing Chelsea in the Europa League finals, and that we won 2-0. We scored 2 late goals. And I woke up that morning feeling very optimistic. I mean, I woke up that morning feeling very optimistic anyway, because this was a must-win game.
What?
This was a game where we were going into knowing full well that we had to win. We had to win that game for so many reasons. Chelsea didn't need to win. They'd already qualified for the Champions League. They came top 4. They did their job. But what did we do? Bottle jobs. We bottled it. We completely missed top 4. We had the easiest run of games to get top 4, but we missed it. So now what have we done? We have created this really long, difficult job of trying to win the Europa League. So we went into that game with a lot of positive energy, with the mindset of that we will need to win this game. Chelsea don't need to win this game. They're comfortable. So there's a lot riding on this game, right? So we, on paper, we would look like we're favourites. Furthermore, they were having problems in their camp. There was a lot of videos showing that they were having problems in their training sessions. The manager was kicking off. Players were arguing and fighting each other. So it is we had everything on our side. Everything on our side, right?
Except luck.
Except luck. So match day comes. We are
Not
buzzing.
happy.
I've been waiting for this game for 2 weeks, for 2 whole weeks, right? I am
Right.
buzzing, nervous, anxious, excited. Every single emotion that could go through your body was going through my body. Okay? I was ready for this game. I met up with Ihan, Hosan. We went down to the garden. We'll call it the garden.
The high garden.
We went down to the garden, and
centre.
atmosphere was buzzing.
Yeah, oh, God.
There were so many Gunners, lots of Arsenal fans, Gooners. We were all there together as a family, as a unit, ready to celebrate the victory. Every person I spoke to said they were very nervous, but that we had this in the bag. We would win this game. All of the commentators, pundits were saying the same thing. This was Arsenal's game to lose. The game started, and immediately, from the first minute, I knew this was going to be a difficult game. Because in order to win this game, a final, regardless of whether it be that we were favourites or not, a final is a final. It can go either way. So what you need to do when you start a final is you need to press high with a high tempo. You need to play quick football, and you need to press your opponent. You can't give them any space or time to pose an attack. And from the first minute, it was very lacklustered. It was very, very slow, sluggish, a little bit, relaxed. And they seemed on edge. They seemed very nervous. So when I saw that, I was like, no, this is gonna be a long game. We're looking at a very, very close game, because none of them are really looking like they want to win here. First half finished. We had a few opportunities, but Chelsea, I would argue, were more in the driver's seat. They seemed like they were getting more comfortable as the game went on. We seemed like we were struggling to make some opportunities, but the opportunities that we were getting weren't paying off, and we just did not have the best. If you compare it squad for squad, our squad just could not compete with theirs. Because we are not a world-class team. We are a mid-table team, unfortunately. That's what the result showed us. So, second half started, we're like, right, cool. We've gone through first half, 0-0. Same performance second half. We could get a goal late on. We could win this, right? Second half starts off. Again, you would expect Unai Emery, the Arsenal manager, to make some sort of changes, right? You watch in the first half, you can see what's going on. You change a few positions around, maybe tweak the formation a little bit, in order to break the Chelsea back four.
Mm.
Nothing's been changed. Clearly, nothing's been changed. Why? Because in the next 10 minutes or so, Chelsea get a goal. It's 1-0. And who scores? Who better than Olivier Giroud, ex-Arsenal player, to score against us in a cup final? He scores the goal, shambolic defending, and then we capitulate from there. We completely melt. There's no other way to say it. We're finished. First goal goes in and that's it. You might as well just say game over because they capitulate. There's no passion, there's no heart, there's no gut, there's no desire to come back from that. I was shocked. I was watching it thinking, right, fine, it's 1-0. We can get a goal back. We can get right back into the game. Nothing. No balls whatsoever to try and get back into the game. First goal goes in. Second goal goes in. Right, 2-0, you're thinking, all right, look, it's game over, but if we get a goal, you never know. Third goal goes in. Third goal goes in. Right? And at that moment, it's game over. At that moment, you're thinking, how is it 3-0? How?
You're like, you can't bounce back from this.
How? Iwobi, if the manager finally makes changes, Iwobi comes on, scores a cracker of a goal, 3-1. And then you're screaming, and then you're thinking, maybe God will give us a miracle today. Maybe. We've scored 1 goal. We need 2 more. Maybe. There's 15, 20 minutes to go. Maybe. And then what happens? They score a 4th goal. You're thinking, it's 3-1. You've scored a goal. You are thinking, surely, it has to be attack. Surely. There's no way that Chelsea are going to press to score another goal. No way. They're 3-1. They're comfortable. But, of course, being Arsenal, what do? We let another goal go in. And that's the end of that, really. We blow Champions League football. We blow the prospect of getting better players. We blow the prospect of getting a large sum of money into the club. We blow the prospect of getting a European trophy after 25 years. And we blow the prospect of improving as a club. We are now officially a mid-table club who will be playing Europa League football on a Thursday night for God knows how long. It's done. It's finished. It's over. And the only positive that I can take away from this result...
At least the tickets will be cheap.
No, they won't. We have the highest tickets in the UK. Arsenal tickets are the most expensive tickets.
For what?
To go to the games.
But why?
Because, I don't know.
But you said they're trash.
They are trash. We are trash. We are Banter FC. The only good thing that I could take away from that result is that the pricks across the road couldn't secure the Champions League yesterday. So that's the only good, and that really would have been the cherry on the top. If Tottenham had won the Champions League, I could not have said anything. But now we have some pride to hang on to.
So both dickheads together.
No, Tottenham are still a better team than us. I have to say it. I have to because it's true. Half of the players that play for Arsenal Football Club should not be there. When you look at the illustrious history, the golden age, the year where we won the season undefeated. The Invincibles, they called them. The Invincibles. Imagine being called an Invincible. By the way, rest in peace to Reyes, who passed away yesterday. Who was part of the Invincible squad. That was horrible news to receive. But this is the situation. This is the crisis we're in right now. And our owner, who is a greedy American prick, he owns a lot of clubs, a lot of sports teams, but isn't willing to put any money, isn't willing to invest.
But are they worth investing?
Absolutely. We're one of the richest clubs in the world. We have, like I said, one of the richest histories in the world. We are. I mean, listen. This is why.
He's best.
Listen, I need to explain something to people. Yeah, people will be listening to me and saying, "Hold on, you're getting emotional about football, about a football team, about a club. What? This is so much bigger than football. Supporting a team, supporting a club. It's not just you supporting that football team because they are a football team, you enjoy football, and therefore you will support your team. Supporting a football team is supporting your community. It goes so far deep into identity. You being a fan of a football club is identifying with that football club, which expands to identifying with a set of values. To be an Arsenal fan, you are someone of that particular caliber. To be a Chelsea fan, you're a scumbag because your fans are scumbags. They're known as causing a lot of trouble, mischief, oftentimes being very racist. To be an Arsenal fan, you have a particular set of, norms and values that you're adhering to. We are classy. We play the most beautiful, or we did at one time, play the most beautiful football in the world. We admire the sport and the way the game is played. We don't buy trophies. We earn trophies. A lot of clubs are investing, pumping millions and millions of pounds into their team in order to make them at that top level. Arsenal Football Club do not believe in that culture. We believe in making players. Yeah, I mean, look, that's the way that it's looking right now. The only way that you're going to win trophies is by buying trophies. Is by spending millions and millions of pounds on players, expensive players, and then hoping that they, get a trophy for the club. And it's ridiculous. But this is why I'm so passionate when it comes to my team.
I'm sorry that you have went through the stress this week.
Mate, next season's going to be peak. It's going to be mad.
I wish all you and your community a better future.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's not going to happen. But anyway, AJ loses his mate. Anthony Joshua. What?
But why is everyone so surprised?
Fam, this was supposed to be a no-brainer gamer. He was supposed to whack this guy. Did you know what happened? AJ was supposed to fight a guy called Ortiz. No, this guy's Ortiz. Luis Ortiz, right? Yeah. AJ was supposed to fight another guy. No, is it Ortiz?
No, this ain't Ortiz. This is another.
Sorry, yeah, he was supposed to fight Ortiz, who basically got done for taking drugs. So he was ruled out. Ruiz. That's it. Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, yeah. Ortiz was the guy that Joshua was supposed to fight. And then I think only a month ago, that fight was called off because my man was caught taking drugs, like performance enhancing drugs, and obviously that's illegal. He was doping, right? So the boxing federation thing, they basically said, "Yo, listen, your tests have come back like positive. You're out of the fight, fam. We can't
ever again.
Not ever again, but we can't allow you to fight AJ."
But how did he do that though?
I don't know. He's an idiot. He knew he was gonna get tested.
So why would he do that?
I don't know.
Someone lied to him.
I don't know.
Someone gave it to him and lied to him. 100%.
No. He was taking it himself because he wanted this fight. He wanted to beat Joshua.
No, that guy just got stopped by the other guy.
What? Wow. It's not looking good. They're walking past now each other. Anyway, so basically,
they're both uncles, bro.
Yesterday's fight, earlier in the morning, I was up watching it. I stayed up to watch the fight because I thought I was gonna watch another, dominating performance from Joshua to retain his titles and to increase his winning streak. But what I saw has shocked me.
Why are you shocked? But this is boxing, though.
Fam.
It happens.
Anthony Joshua was tipped to be the next Muhammad Ali.
Oh, see, I mean, come on now.
Fam, he's got 4 world titles. Wilder's got the only one for him to come. You couldn't have written this. Joshua has got 22, at the time, had 22 fights, 22 knockouts, or 21 knockouts. He's got 4 world title belts across his stomach. He's waiting to get his hands on one more, and then he will become the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. To have that record, to win those belts in that small amount of fights, it's unheard of. It's like a movie. Only shit like this only happen in movies.
So what do you think happened in this match? Because I watched snippets of it, and this big boy was.
Listen. Shout out to Ruiz. Yeah. Massive. He deserves every bit of credit he gets. Because if you compare the body types of Joshua and Ruiz, one of them is an athlete, the other one's got a double chin and a stomach.
Nah, you know what I love?
Go on.
The side breasts.
Bruv,
But he's got blows.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
His blows are strong.
this is why I'm so shocked.
No, but he's got the blows.
His body type is so
but
similar
it
to
doesn't
mine,
matter.
and he
He-
just battered Joshua like that.
But he's got blows.
Maybe.
Nah, I wouldn't take it that far.
maybe
I
you
mean,
can-
Joshua took some hits to the head, man.
Yeah, of
I,
course.
I saw it and I thought, nah, man, he's gonna have some like he's gonna be
He's gonna
fucked up
have
in the future.
headaches.
Not even, bruv. He could get what
Alzheimer's
Muhammad
or
Ali had.
Parkinson's.
Yeah, he could get Parkinson's from those blows because the way his head was shaking around, like it was mad,
It was, like,
relentless.
it was unpleasant, wasn't it?
He was
But
knocked down
kept on
4
getting up,
times.
though,
Yeah, he was getting up, but I
and he
reckon,
was smiling.
if the ref let that continue, that something bad would have happened.
Really?
Because Ruiz had him from the 3rd round. The 3rd round, Joshua knocked him down. He got up. Joshua thought, yeah, that's it. I've won. I need to knock him down again, and it's finished. Ruiz comes at him like as if he hadn't been knocked down at all. And the problem with that fight that Joshua faced is that he was way too ahead of himself. He forgot
Yeah.
the fact that he was in a world heavyweight boxing match, and this is the problem with
I think he had
Anthony.
a lot of pressure as well.
Joshua. Was at the position where he thought he was invincible. He thought he
Yeah.
was
He
untouchable.
was at his peak.
He was at his peak, and that's what happens when you're so comfortable and when you're getting deals left, right, and center, when you're being made to look like a boxing god. Something like that is bound to happen. Bound to
He
happen.
got evil eye, man.
Well, the Drake curse continues
Why?
because he took a picture of Drake.
Is that what? Yeah, that's
That's what the
everyone's
Drake curse
saying.
is, you know. Anyone that takes a picture of Drake
Why?
faces L's. I don't know. But that's what it
What,
seems
who-
as anyway.
Who said that before?
Well, it's just a lot of athletes who have taken pictures with Drake after taking that picture always end up losing.
Really?
Yeah.
Fuck
it's
that.
mad.
Fuck him, man.
Yeah. So listen, this will be this will be a massive learning curve for Joshua.
So what? If I see Drake on the road, I'm just gonna walk past him.
If you take a picture, fam,
You're gone.
I'm just saying the consequences. You're gonna have to deal with them, and he ain't gonna deal with them for you. Just saying, bro.
Okay. Thanks for letting me know.
So Joshua this is gonna be a massive learning curve for him.
Yeah,
he is
I
now
saw him in
faced.
his, I saw him talking about it today. Actually,
It's done, but you know what? It's
He-
done. He's finished now. You know. In
No,
terms
it's
of
not,
no,
man.
in terms of how the media portray him,
Yeah.
it's done. In terms of his sponsorship deals, it's done. It's done. The only reason they supported him is because he was undefeated. He had 4 major titles. He only needed 1 more, and he looked like he would get that 1 more because Wilder looked like he was running away from him. But now that he's faced that defeat from who? Ruiz. Who's Ruiz, bruv? He's done. He's done out here. But that's good because now he needs to focus. He needs to get his A game on.
But do you know he's gonna come back harder?
Hopefully.
No, he will.
But by the
100%.
But by the looks of that
Are
fight,
you
yeah.
crazy?
Fam, by the looks of that fight, I don't think he'll be able to deal with Ruiz when he fights him again.
No, he
Because
will.
he was all over him. It
No.
was like watching like
100% he's gonna come back harder. Are you
Bruv.
dumb? This is an L. You know when you take that L,
yeah.
and it's like when you're in a relationship. I
Yeah.
know I have to do the weirdest comparisons.
Yeah.
But, and the relationship is the relationship that fucked up your life.
Yeah.
And you're like, listen, I'm gonna come back harder.
Mm.
You reinvent your whole self.
Mm.
You reinvent your soul, your mind,
Mm.
your body.
Mm.
That's what he's gonna do.
He
100%.
100% he will. 100% he will. But yeah, go on.
Sorry to interrupt. Does this look feminine?
Fuck out of here, man.
Does it look feminine?
Yes, it does look feminine.
No, it doesn't.
Alright, thank you.
What's the
Louis
problem with
Vuitton
it looking
purse.
Feminine.
Fuck
Is
out
it
of
real?
here.
Yeah,
Right.
cool.
Listen, the problem with Ruiz, yeah, is physically he's a difficult boxer to fight against. He's small, which means that Joshua has to fight over him. Joshua, in order to get a blow, in order to knock him out, he has to somehow hit him in the head from like a midpoint kind of level. Do you know what I mean?
So an uppercut.
Like an uppercut, yeah. Ruiz is small. He's difficult to fight against because the moment that Joshua strikes, it's easy for Ruiz to stretch his arm out and bang him in the face.
Okay.
He's got there's a nice height difference for Ruiz in that respect. That's what it looked like in the fight. Number 2, Ruiz is relentless, bruv. He is non-stop. If he hits you in the head, he'll go at you from both. He's very good with both of his hands. I realized that in that fight. Whereas Joshua, he's like jab, jab, back. It's very systematic.
Strategic.
It's very strategic, systematic. His training is it's basically when you're training for boxing, you do these combos and it becomes second nature to when you're fighting. Those combos are basically there for you to
Of course,
strike your opponent. But Ruiz doesn't stick with combos. Ruiz is a guy who is bang, 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 non-stop. The guy doesn't stop. And that's what Joshua was trying to block his head, but he couldn't. Because he was throwing his punches like at a ridiculous
One
amount of
after the
pace.
after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this will be interesting. This fight will
So are
sell.
they allowed to fight again?
Yeah, they're gonna. There was a clause. There's a clause in the contract before they signed the contract.
Okay.
If Joshua lost, there would be an immediate. Well, not an immediate, but he would be able to claim for a rematch whenever he wanted to.
That's good.
Yeah. So when it is eventually here, I'm defo buying tickets to go and see it at the end of this year.
That's
It'll be at the end of
that's
this year.
wavy.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anyway, I think we're gonna end it here because
Wait,
we
what was
spoke
the
about.
other one?
What?
No, we have to talk about how our week 4 of Ramadan
Oh
has
yes,
been.
this is the last week of Ramadan. OMG!
GMO.
Wow. Right, let me kick it off here because I'm usually always the last one. So allow me in it. Let me just be first. Do you want to be first?
No, you can go.
Alright, my Ramadan has been alhamdulillah. It has been very productive. I must say I have regretted the fact that I haven't been able to take advantage of it as much because of work and because of the situation that I'm in right now. It's been very, very frustrating.
What situation
How-
are you in, baby boy?
Well, I'm working day and night. I don't have like time to, spiritually. I mean, I do have time, but it's like I would like to spend my time properly. Be able to go to the masjid more often and just be able to take part in more sort of beneficial activities, like maybe attend few lectures, maybe, me myself take some time out to learn more about my religion and, especially the Quran as well. So it's been a little bit frustrating in that sense. But for the whole, I have really enjoyed it this year. It has been another year where I've been getting myself closer to God, I feel like. I feel like I've lost a little bit of weight as well. Faiz, have I lost a bit of weight? Be honest.
Absolutely.
No, be honest.
No, wallah, you have.
Swear down.
Wallah.
Yo.
I think everyone. Have I lost a bit of weight?
I can't tell. But do you know why? Because I'm not the type to just really like look at you like that, observe.
So what does that even mean for me?
So
what does that mean for me? I'll be looking at you and observing.
No. No, I don't know, maybe. I don't
Why can't you just give me a compliment too? Fuck's sake, man.
Yeah, you have.
I know I have. I feel lighter.
I do. Big man says I feel lighter.
I feel like I'm floating.
My
and
belt,
I
I can stretch my belt a little bit more.
Oh, is it?
And I measured myself this morning. I weighed myself, sorry. I'm 77 kg. Can you believe that?
Oh, you're tiny.
What? Ihan is 64?
No.
66?
67. Last summer I used to be.
So you're 10 more. So I weigh 10 more kg
But
than
But
you.
it's not about weight, It's about fat.
Yeah, and Fine's got a lot of that
Yeah, I do.
compared to me.
It's fine. It's calm. It's calm. Do you know why? Because I'm cool
Big
with it.
shit
I embrace my
poppin'.
fat,
Big shit popping.
I love my fat, bro.
Yeah.
Just like Ruiz, fam. Ruiz is my idol now, fam. See, if he can do it, I can do it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
beat up
Do you get me?
Anthony Joshua, innit?
Long. He's probably smashed me up. Right.
No, he wouldn't.
My Ramadan has been great. Ihan, how was yours?
This week.
Just overall.
This week, this year it's been kind of hard on me because last year I was just working at my own business, whereas this year during Ramadan I'm facing always at the computer and it's giving me headaches. And as you know, headaches are bad.
Do you suffer
Really?
from a lot of headaches?
Yeah, don't even. I get migraines a lot, and
Why?
because my dad, I think genetic. My dad used to have it too.
Have you
and-
tried doing cupping?
Huh?
Cupping.
What's that?
Do you know what cupping is? It's basically you put a cup on your back and then
Oh,
it
no,
sucks
no,
out all the
no.
bad blood.
No, the only way to get rid of migraine for me is my dad has to do massage to my head, innit? It works.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Oh.
Faisal, kick us off. How was your Ramadan?
To be honest, this hay fever thing's not a joke no more. Like, it's actually not a joke. Like, I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it.
Yeah.
Like I think I've made so many noises during this podcast as well. Like,
Have you? I haven't been hearing you.
no,
to be
definitely
honest.
you're gonna hear it when you listen.
Now
to
I'm gonna listen back to it and actually pay attention.
100%. And right, better sound dramatic, innit?
Yeah.
I think
do.
that's one of the biggest problems that I've faced in the last 4 weeks.
Right.
Like, who are you saying hi to, bro?
I'm just trying to be friendly.
No, why?
Trying to be
Like,
friendly with
no
her.
one's allowed enough. No, I'm joking.
Sorry,
Anyways,
sorry.
so boom, that's the first thing that I'm gonna say. I'm starting with the negatives first.
Right.
I'm gonna end with the positives. I have been staying at my sister's house
Mm-hmm.
for the last, let's say, 4 weeks.
Right.
That's a lie. Last 2 weeks.
Right.
And it's been good to like just, I don't know how to explain it. You know when you were younger,
Mm.
it was like when you look back. I know I always go into story time. Sorry guys.
Yeah. Go on.
But you know when you were younger and you look back and you're like, oh, I miss the days where I just used to chill
Yeah.
and not really do much.
Yeah.
Like that, and like just create memories from doing nothing.
Mm.
So like whether it was like painting a box and
I hear you.
spending days on it, and like just dumb stuff like that. And it's like me being at my sister's house. She's got 6 kids, beautiful kids, mashallah. Like honestly, they're funniest kids ever.
Mm.
Like I've just been able to just like not worry about the outside world and like
Spend time with your family.
just like eat good food
Mm.
and like worry about what fizzy drink that we're gonna eat for lunch.
Fizzy drink.
Yeah, like
Sick.
what we're gonna have for like iftar and like what chocolate we want to buy.
Mm.
And just vibes and like that. And that's what I know. It sounds so lame, but it's like
Oh, that's good,
that's
man.
the type of things that I've literally have been doing.
I'm
and
glad
just
to hear
like
that.
yeah, like Ramadan really enforces that kind of like
Mm.
vibe as well. Like for the first couple of days, obviously I was spending it with my friends and
Yeah.
whatever. Then eventually I just went to my sister's house.
Decent.
And yeah, like just remembering the importance of like home cooked food
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
And like I just feel very grateful for what I have right now. And I was
Brilliant.
saying this earlier
The
today.
most
I
important
feel
thing.
grateful for the people that I have around me.
Yeah.
I feel grateful to be able to get up every day and I can actually like just function in society, because there's some people that are just dickheads and I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my god,
Yeah.
do you know what? I could have been you, but I'm not. So, alhamdulillah, Aki. I'm joking. I don't even know why I said that. But yeah, and just like it's made me really reevaluate
Mm.
just the dynamics of everything that I have
Mm.
and like my friendships
Mm.
and what I want to like achieve in the next 6 months as well.
Mm. Okay.
Because obviously we're at the midpoint of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, summer's here, so
Good.
hay
Excellent.
fever's here. I can't complain.
Decent. I was gonna say something. Eid. What are you lot doing for Eid? What's your typical Eid like?
Go to the mosque in the morning.
Mm.
Well, when I was younger,
Mm.
it used to be go to the mosque with
Mm.
Mumsy.
Mm.
Obviously not sleep the night before because you spend the whole day cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up in the morning, continue cleaning because everyone's just used the bathroom and yada yada yada.
Mm.
Go to the mosque, wear your Eid clothes, whoop whoop whoop, come back. Actually, not come back. Go to your auntie's house or whatever. Go see your family. Go collect some money, and then come back home. Mum will cook a banging lunch.
Right.
Because obviously it's the day after,
Yeah.
you know, Ramsey.
Yeah.
So she cooks a banging lunch. You have a nice lunch. And then either people come to your house or you go cinema or Chocodero or whatever.
Jeez. You lot actually have motives, you know. That's
Yeah.
mad.
Or now it's like, it depends, innit? Mum's not here. So last year I
Looks-
didn't really do much.
Make an effort. Just have a Eid
Can't
party or
actually
something.
take time off work this week, actually.
Mm.
I've got to be at work. So just Eid
Yeah.
at the mosque and then to work.
Now, what are you doing this Eid?
Oh, he's coming to your house.
Am I?
Yeah, big one thing is I was actually no, but you can't because I'm working. Oh, that's a problem. So let me go. Let me tell you about my Eid. Yeah, every single year, this is what we do. We wake up, we go to the masjid, we come home, we have a bit of breakfast. Our Eid breakfast is legendary,
What?
bruv.
It is, isn't it?
I need to show you pictures, fam. Legit, we take pictures. You know when you take pictures of your table, fam, you know it bangs, innit?
100%.
So our Eid breakfast is sick, like legit.
Whoa. What's
And
this?
yeah, Donny's moving a bit erratic. Spitting all over the place like that, man. Jeez, Asian as well. Yeah,
No,
he
it's
looks
the
mad.
it's the
fresh.
walking.
Yeah, it's the it's the walk. It's the walk. He needs to relax, bro.
I feel like punching him. Like, I actually feel like punching him, bro. I actually feel like walking up to him and just like rugby tackling him. Right
He
now.
does have a punch me face,
He
isn't
does,
it?
doesn't he? I actually feel like rugby tackling him.
Guys, that's just not
Alright,
nice. But carry
so-
on.
Yeah, eat breakfast done, and then afterwards, that's pretty much it. That's how I eat. We go to our grand's. Oh, I say it's my grand, but it's more like my great aunt. We go to her house, and that's where most people get together. So we chill there for about half an hour, and then we leave, and then that's it.
And you go collect money, innit?
No money. I don't get money.
No one gives you money.
No, bruv.
Bad. Eid day was the best.
Bruv,
Being the
I'm from
youngest-
Bangladesh. Like, are you mad? That thing is that's unheard of.
Really?
Yeah.
Nah, Eid day, yeah. Ooh, joy. My nieces and nephews love it.
I can
They're
imagine.
making monies.
Of course.
Monies.
But this Eid,
Monies.
I'll be at work.
Why?
I don't
All
know
day.
if I'm gonna be at work. I might be at work. I might not. I don't know yet.
I'll be at work in the evening as well. Let me know afterwards. Maybe you can come see me after work.
Come,
After
let's do it.
11 o'clock.
Not after 11 o'clock. In the evening.
So wait,
Oh,
I'm confused. So you're working
Yeah,
9 to
I'll be
5.
working in the morning and I'll be working in the evening as well.
go secure
Eid.
that.
When I eat, yeah.
So you're gonna be working in the evening.
What are you?
How am I gonna
I know,
see you?
fam. I don't know.
So take at least the evening off.
No, I can't.
Why?
Because I'm the only one available.
What about the daytime?
Ah, it's raining.
Daytime I'll have to because, there's no one else.
Boom.
Alright,
It's raining. I
you know,
love it.
straight
my
up.
nieces and nephews, I'm probably gonna spend it with them. I want to go watch Ma actually.
It's sick. You'll like it.
Yeah.
Guys, I need to go.
Right, alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to lock this thing
Man
off
said I need to go. You know.
because
How are you gonna say that in a podcast?
I need to go.
so we're
Wow.
gonna lock off the thing because it's an hour and a half and I've given you guys enough time. I've
To
blessed
enjoy
your
us.
ears enough with my illustrious voice. Someone give me validation quick. Okay, fine. Thanks for joining us on another amazing episode of the Tomato Podcast.
Episode 40, guys.
Episode 40, damn, which means we are now 9 episodes away from the magic 50.
9 or 10.
10. Actually, no.
We're 9, guys,
Why?
because episode 50 will be 10 episodes. If we're 9
Oh,
episodes,
okay.
Episode 10 will be episode 51.
yes.
Oh,
exactly.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well done. So, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys want to get in touch with us, do follow us on our socials: Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Instagram and Facebook at the Tomato. No, Instagram and Facebook at the Tomato Podcast. Twitter at Podcast Tomato. Hashtag TTPod. Yo, and why would you do that? Why would you do that when I'm trying to do my outro? Why would you do that?
She told me to do it.
Right, let's get back to this.
She actually told me.
Allow me to end it nicely, please.
How
yeah?
you laugh? How you lying in Ramadan?
Yeah, trust.
If it was a joke, then it would be a lie.
Ha ha ha! So funny.
Right?
Right. Okay. So
Oh God.
that's our social medias. We will be back on our social medias permanently, properly after Ramadan finishes, and I'll be putting in the work to try and get some audience listeners up. We are. If you guys wanna listen to us, you're listening to us now, but in the future, if you could help us out by maybe giving us a
Donating £1.
follow or a subscription to our SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube pages. And the best thing about all of that,
Oh my God,
good-ish,
tell us. Tell us.
I'm gonna tell you. A lot of people have been asking, Farhan, what's so good about me following you on all of these pages? And I told them, mate, I'm giving you all of this good content, this glorious golden standard content for absolutely free.
What?
Wow.
Sorry, can you repeat? I don't hear.
Absolutely free.
No, can you repeat
It
the whole
doesn't
thing again?
cost you a dime.
Okay.
Alright?
Plug. Alright, cool.
Doesn't cost you a penny.
Mm.
You follow us, you subscribe to us, and not only that, you go a step further and you leave us
Someone's
a
not
5-star
fasting
review.
today, boy.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? What did I do?
I said someone's not fasted
He's
today.
not good. Listen,
Why?
this guy actually brushed his teeth.
Yeah, bro, I brushed my teeth. Like, come on, like, what's
You
wrong? With,
can't.
Who said that?
You can't.
what do you mean? Why can't you not
What?
brush your teeth, bro?
I've never heard that, man.
Bruv, you brush your teeth. You don't swallow anything.
Bro, I do.
Do you swallow the toothpaste?
No, I don't.
Do you swallow mouthwash?
I don't. What do you mean you saw me?
The gallop like it went.
Shut up.
Anyways, that's fine.
Anyways,
we don't need no
guys,
domestics
we'll
on our-
see you next time at the same time on a Monday evening.
Yeah.
And until then, peace. Oh, next week we'll actually be recording at Nahia's house. We're recording at Nahia's house.
Why?
Why? So we can sit down on a sofa, maybe enjoy a few drinks. Do you know what I mean? Maybe I can do an Instagram live stream.
But he lives far.
No, he doesn't live far. I'll pick you up.
Okay.
I'll drop you off as well. Yeah?
So fun.
He doesn't live far. He lives like 20 minutes away.
Okay. Okay.
Finsbury Park. Finsbury Park's calm.
Okay.
Whoa, I just disclosed Nahia's location.
Okay.
Bye.